Sarge'sBootCamp is our second minigame of Chapter 2. Since we've now done both of the races we can do up to this point, I think it's now time for me to head on over to Sarge'sBootCamp, which is located out in the desert. And without further ado, I'm just going to head over there.
Private McQueen, report for duty.
Aye aye, Sarge. Reporting for duty as you asked, sir. Over to you, cutscene.
You were scheduled to be here at 1000, soldier.
Sarge, I'm not really a soldier.
You are now, Private. 10 hut.
Yes, sir?
I can't hear you, McQueen.
Yes, sir.
Better. Now, Doc said you are sorely in need of some formal off-road training. And by the looks of you, I'd say he's right. You're in my army now, son. So get down on your wheels and kiss the asphalt goodbye. Let's move it. Go, 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 go.
This is too hard.
Come on, you gas-guzzling sissies. I know you all got V8s.
I didn't get my latte.
Have you ever even been off-road? I want you to wade into that mud. Eat that dirt. Now, your first task is to make it around this course. Double time. And clear all obstacles. Do not falter. Failure is not an option.
No faltering. Check.
I figured it was necessary for me to be formal because, well, I have watched a couple of war-based movies recently. I'm not going to say what they were, but I have been watching a few war-based movies recently. Anyways, Sarge's Bootcamp. Run Sarge's training course 3 times. Jump over or avoid obstacles. Don't run out of time. And we do also get a tutorial on how to use the jump mechanism. Probably used it a few times already, but this is how we do it. And for our first level, we need a time of 4 minutes in order to get through level 1. So, without further ado, that's what I'm gonna do. And pretty clear to say this is a jump mechanism to begin with. And, yep, really scraping my way through the tunnel there. But anyways. Really got to avoid these tire piles and immediately going into the bricks. And so far for me at least, I'm actually not doing too badly. Although it's a shame to say we don't get any... Oh. Oopsie. Anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Managing to avoid the blockades as much as I can.
Ow. Come on, the bull. Watch the bull.
And so far, so good. Pretty sure if I can just continue doing what I'm doing without scraping the walls too much, pretty sure I should be able to get around here fairly easily. Of course, I'm pretty sure I did clear this without any issues once before. Of course, I am glad to say I did manage to change paint job liveries going into Chapter 2. Because, you know...
Oh, yeah.
I figured it was necessary for me to do something accordingly. You know, because, well, I like variety.
Hey, look at this. Ka-chow!
I'm also pretty sure at some point I may watch Full Metal Jacket. I may consider rewatching that film at some point. If I get the time to do it. It's probably what many people would argue is a popular film based during the Vietnam War. I think that's also the same case with Apocalypse Now as well, but I won't really be sure until I manage to watch that film at some point.
One for the fans.
But yeah, I mean, I've watched my fair share of Army or Navy-based films.
One for the ladies.
I'm also pretty sure I've watched a number of good ones as well.
You never know where lightning will strike.
And I also did that without cheating, because I did not use my boost tank in order to get through it. Anyways, one level down, and still however many levels to go. I think that's 4 levels, as if I recall correctly.
Not bad. But now the course is different. It will require different skills. You will need to be agile, fit, athletic, and adaptable.
You've been reading my press, haven't you, Sarge? Although you left out sleek, charming, and dashing. Okay, I'm going.
So, same objectives as before. I'm also pretty sure this is not going to take too long for me to clear it. And again, 4 minutes, and we can get 3 trophy points if we beat this. It's pretty easy. I more or less cleared the first one with basically half a minute to spare because of my experience. I do now know how the jump mechanism works compared to last time when I didn't.
Look at this. Ka-chow!
And went briefly off course there, but able to rejoin. Even though I dragged my way through the tunnel there again. And this is basically a slalom section, isn't it? Yeah, this is basically a slalom. From what I can tell. Although there is actually one film on Netflix I did think about watching at some point, and it's called All Quiet on the Western Front, which to those of you who are familiar with Netflix, you would probably know that is a film based during the First World War. You know, kind of like the more recent release of 1917, and also, if you really want to go back to the past, there's also the Alec Guinness classic, Lawrence of Arabia, which is perhaps one of the longest war films ever made, because the film itself is nearly 4 hours long. Although from doing internet research on what the longest film is, I would say Cleopatra is most likely the longest. Because the film Cleopatra with, I think, Elizabeth Taylor, that film is over 4 hours long. Arguably one of the longest Hollywood films ever made. And the year that film came out was 1963. And Lawrence of Arabia was 62. Basically a film that details the full story of how Turkey's Ottoman Empire eventually fell. Can't really say I did a lot of history around the First World War, but I do know that Lawrence of Arabia does technically reveal how the Ottoman Empire collapsed. And the same could also be said for the German Empire as well. Although I'm not going to go into further details of what happened afterwards. But yeah, point I'm trying to make is Lawrence of Arabia, it's a very long film, and I would probably recommend if you do decide to watch it, whether it be on Netflix or whatever streaming service it is you have.
One for the ladies.
Ooh. If you plan on watching it in one day, then you've obviously got plenty of time, but if you're wanting my advice, I would advise you split it over 2 days. Because, as I said before, the film is nearly 4 hours long. Well, to be more specific, it's less than 3 hours and 50 long. Less than 3 hours and 50 minutes long. Easy. Okay. Next.
All right. One last test. And it'll require all of your muscle, all of your cunning. I want horsepower. I want focus. I want ingenuity, agility, and endurance.
I want some coolant.
Move it!
This is also about as censored as any army cadet. This is also about as censored as any army cadet. Sorry, army cadet can get. Because a lot of the time, from personal experience, army cadets tend to use a lot of swears. Especially if it's during wars. Although technically that doesn't really matter on this channel because, well, I basically say fuck a lot myself. Well, I basically say fuck, shit and crap a lot. Which, probably doesn't matter, but either way. I really thought for sure I was gonna at least hit one of the walls there. And going through the tires... Oh, that was not necessary. But either way, still got plenty of time to get it done as long as I don't make... And yep, okay. This is not gonna be... easy enough. And things are going very unwell at the moment. Well, maybe it's because I'm using the throttle too much. Could be that. Or it could be anything, really. Well, at least I still had plenty of time, so... you know, I can probably make up for the mistakes as long as I don't repeat them twice over. I won't accept that as being a mistake.
Oh yeah!
Well, better boost my way through the tunnel whilst I'm at it. Because I figure that's a simple way for me to get some speed going. Again, that really scares me. Oh, hey swinging tires. And by swinging tires. Okay, this time... Why did I not use the jump mechanism? Am I literally that stupefied? Again, that's very unhelpful. But either way, still got plenty of time to get the job done. Pretty clear to say mistakes were inevitable at some point. But either way, this has mostly been an easy ride. And that's precisely what I've been after. And boosting my way through the tunnel. Also dragging on the side of the tunnel as well, because, well, there's no point in braking for the tunnel. And going through the hairpin now. And still making contact with the tyres.
Oh yeah!
Okay. Can I overcome this area this time? Yes, I can. Now I just gotta figure out how to stay up here. Okay, I do stay up there this time. And still continuing to land in the dirt. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. Still got plenty of time.
You
Yeah.
never know where lightning will strike.
Pretty easy altogether. Also nice to know I did get some extra time to finish the final level. But there we go. So, I think we're going to challenge Sarge to a race once we're done with this. At least I think that's what we're doing. But anyway. Saving profile, and now we move on to the post-minigame cutscene, I think. Okay, we don't move on to the post-minigame cutscene. We just move on to a race. And a race is precisely what we will be doing next. Sarge's Off-Road Challenge is up next.